Welcome to Iver Environment Centre. We have been connecting people to nature for over 30 years. We are a partnership between National Grid and Groundwork South. We are pleased indeed to be supported by CNUC on Earth Day. You could come here with your school. Or you can come with your family or friends.
My favourite thing is all the flowers and trees. Roasting marshmallows.
The fairy garden because I see loads of houses, and even I love the picture of the hedgehog and the mushroom. I love the long tail because behind it. This is my favourite spot because it's a very good hiding place, and if you're playing tag hide and seek, you could go through here so it's trying to catch you or go back inside. I like looking for mini bees. Whew, what's here?
My favourite thing about Iver Environmental Centre is because it's fun.
Our site is looked after by volunteers. They're always trying to restore the ecosystem on the site. Here is the pond. Here is the new pond. Mike has been restoring it. He'll tell you more about it.
Hello, I'm Mike Shadbolt, landscape architect. I'm working at Iver Environment Centre, and this is our new pond. We have renovated the pond, well, we're halfway through renovating the pond, as you can see. It used to be absolutely massive and went right up to the edges, but it always leaked, and so what we've decided to do is improve the access around the edge of the pond and the access for pond dipping, and at the same time create a much deeper pond which hopefully won't leak, which will be a much better habitat for the amphibians and all the water creatures. So the new pond is about half a metre deep with a couple of areas, a couple of scrapes in it which are sort of 3/4 to a metre deep for deep water plants. And we've basically kept all around the edge the margins that were there before on the old pond, to retain all the plants that have grown up over the last 20 years, which they would have had to have been taken out if we'd have restored the entire pond. So what we will be doing is creating the main pond obviously will stay full, whereas we've created some ditches around the edge, or we're partway through creating ditches around the edge, which will fill and drain away as the site floods, which it does periodically, and of course dries out in the summer. So we will create some sort of using some of the old pond liner, create some mini ponds around the edge, which will work as different sorts of habitat. Okay, so what you can see behind me here is the other side of the pond, which is a complete building site at the moment. Obviously not very good for wildlife here, but we've got the area of old plants just there, which we're hanging on to because that must be full of wildlife in there. We're going to use those old plants to fill the ditch around the edge, and in the centre here, where all the rubble is at the moment, we're going to bring in a lot of subsoil and bring the whole level up to the level of the water in the pond next door, and create a wildflower meadow here, which will be another brilliant source of habitat, different to what we've got on the site already, which will also be a very usable space for the users on the site at the same time, but also obviously with this ditch going all around the edge, which will act as a kind of a bog garden with various different habitats in it.
think there will be flowers for bees and butterflies to pollinate.